Johnny. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel, folks. I have heard for a long time, well, John, this is all just happening now. Well, no, it's been happening a long time. Well, John, this is all coincidence. Well, it's not coincidence if it falls in line with agenda, with stated purposes. And here we are, decades into the future from when I first started paying attention to some of the behind the scenes machinations that occur in our world. And it's, I felt it could have happened. Shit hitting the fan could have been an accident, just an act, but there's no accidents, folks. I mean, I don't like coincidences. I tend not to believe that a coincidence is a coincidence. But I tell you, folks, I've got a couple of things to talk to you about so that being prepared is the right thing to do. In fact, it's one of the few things we can do right. Right? Shit hitting the fan has been caused intentionally. Absolutely intentionally. So I got a couple things to talk to you about. Let you mow it over, mull it over, knock it out of the park in your own head. Folks, you're not going to believe this. When Ronald Reagan was elected president, he was an outsider. He was a great communicator. The American people loved the Gipper, Ronald Reagan. And within a few weeks of accepting the inauguration, right, as real, the world was visited with an assassin. His name was John Hinckley Jr. And, oh, by the way, his brother had dinner with the Bushes that night. That's right. George H.W. Bush wouldn't be prudent, right? 1,000 points of light, New World Order. Had dinner with John Hinckley Jr.'s brother. Who's John Hinckley Jr.? He's the man who shot Ronald Reagan just a few weeks after he became president. No coincidences there, right? It's all just, hey, that's how the stars showed up that day. Well, Reagan survived, and he, in all truth, should not have. So a lot of people say, hey, divine providence stepped in, made sure to hold off these bastards. Well, they never did let up, the bastards, folks. They've been held off. But here's an interesting little thing, folks. This man, John Hinckley Jr., shot President Reagan, tried assassinating a president of the United States. In a world where we have spy satellites and we've got smart technology and we've got computer systems, even back when Reagan was just starting out, there were computer systems, security, surveillance. A lone gunman, John Hinckley Jr., manages to get close enough to shoot and hit the president. Anyways, guess what? This clown is going to be freed. That's right, folks. He's going to be completely out of jail, completely out of control of the court system. He's going to be on his own, right? A man who attempted to murder a president of the United States. But free Americans from January 16th, Trump supporters, are still in jail over their allegedly criminal trespassing. You know what they're doing right now is they're going through and people are being held so long that they're copping a plea. They're pleading, or pleading, if you will, guilty over these heinous misdemeanors like unlawful entry and parading. I guess it's parading without a permit, but somehow that's a misdemeanor. But parading your dumb asses down the middle of a street, committing arson, theft, assault, assaulting police, attempting to commit arson of federal, state, local buildings, public property, cars. That's not parading, I guess. That's mostly peaceful protesting. Unbelievable, folks. So when we say, this is all being caused intentionally, it's all being allowed, orchestrated, we've got some evidence, right? We've got a lot of evidence, but I wanted to bring this up and then let you know this is what is happening under the Biden administration. John Hinckley Jr., you're free, man. It's cool. Reagan's not out there anymore for you to shoot, so I guess everything's just fine. And I'm not really worried about John Hinckley Jr. trying to shoot anybody, folks. I'm not really worried about him. I'm worried about others that would have this same idea in their head. Well, shit, if John Hinckley Jr. can shoot the president and eventually walk free and be a hero of the political left. Oh yeah, folks. Go listen to what Reagan said and you will understand how quickly they could turn on, they hate Reagan. They would hate Reagan today if he was out there. My concern over John Hinckley Jr. is all of the wannabe John Hinckley Jr.'s and President Trump, Trump Jr., Governor Abbott, Governor DeSantis. How many would-be assassins are out there that are going to go, yeah, not a bad idea. While patriots rot in jail, languish in jail, suffer in jail. One of them the other day died, folks. He died. We're seeing injustice after injustice, miscarriage of justice after miscarriage of justice. And we're seeing this intentional destruction of America, the intentional shit hitting the fan. Here's some more. You want some more? A whistleblower from within the Department of Homeland Security says that Mayorkas, the secretary of that august bureaucratic dung heap called the Department of Homeland Security, he is considering terminating big portions of the Border Patrol workforce. And of course, it has everything to do with them not wanting to get the Jim Jones juice. If they don't get it by November, they're going to be fired. Folks, this is incredible. And if you're on the political left, you won't get this. You won't fucking understand it. If you're a leftist, a communist, a fascist, whatever extreme totalitarian Democrat subdivision you belong to, you won't get this. You may as well just turn the fucking video off. For the rest of you, you understand. The most productive people in this country are those who think, use critical thinking, logic, reason, common fucking sense. The most efficient, the most productive people in this country work hard and want to keep what they earn. That makes them Republicans. Who are they kicking out of the military? Republicans. Who are they kicking out of the education system? Republicans, both teaching and student body. Why would you go there if you're a Republican? You're a thinking human being. You don't want to be indoctrinated. How about in the medical system? Who is leaving those with critical thinking skills, the ability to read statistics, documents, reports, and go, I am not taking another look at the Kool-Aid. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to drink the Kool-Aid. And they're quitting the medical industry. They're leaving police departments. They're leaving sheriff's departments. They're leaving the state police. They're leaving, folks, and threatened to leave. Was it the FBI we heard? Other bureaucracies are saying, you know what? Hey, even the Postal Service says, you know what? No fucking way are we taking that. And they just gave them a waiver. Oh, Congress, you get a waiver. Congress staff, you get a waiver. Supreme Court, you get a waiver from Cerveza bug Kool-Aid. You don't have to take that shit. But here we are once again with a way to bring about more shit hitting the fan. The most productive people in the Border Patrol, I'm sure, are the same ones, the hardest workers, the best thinkers, are saying, no Jim Jones juice for me, please. And Mayorkas is saying, guess what? We're going to fire your asses then. That will leave our nation weaker. It'll leave our border weaker. It will allow more of them to come across. And those unscrupulous, those immoral, corrupt scumbags that are left in there, the left wing, folks, political leftists, controlling yet one more bureaucracy. Do you think that they're not going to be doing all manner of bad things? And I like to discuss things like, Extortion, bribery, graft, theft, human trafficking. Yeah, folks, our institutions are kind of messed up. Oh, you doubt me, you say? How about President Clinton, while in office, answering a direct question from a member of the press regarding cocaine, Mena, Arkansas, and the CIA, and a flat-out admission that it exists. And the media just completely fucking ignored it. But it happened. It absolutely happened. And if I can, maybe I'll go find that video of the press member asking Clinton about Mena, Arkansas, and him answering. It just might be on YouTube. It's so far in the lost annals of history that I think that YouTube probably wouldn't even be aware of it. I'll see if I can find it and I'll post it under the headline of "They are doing this intentionally." Yes, this is real, right? It is all real, folks. Shit has hit the fan. It's all real, and it's being caused. It's being caused. Whether it's let's get rid of all the good people who know what the hell is going on in law enforcement, in medicine, in government, in the private industries. People are quitting wholesale, saying, you know what, I don't want your Jim Jones juice. I'm choosing freedom, my freedoms, my personal freedoms, my medical freedoms over a stinking paycheck. Sadly, that tells you that those who are getting the paycheck still are fucking sellouts or idiots, or both, right? Or both. It is incredible to me, folks, that Trump supporters are in jail for a bullshit misdemeanor, while a presidential assassin who was almost successful is set free. While our government gives $85 billion worth of guns and other military hardware, some of it quite technical, you know, like fucking helicopters, gives that to an enemy of the country, the Taliban. The stated enemy, the stated reason we went over to Afghanistan was because the Taliban were bad. And now we see that president, President Bush, hanging out with President Clinton, hanging out with President Obama and President Michael Obama. They're all good buddies. They're all on the same fucking team. Well, same team as Biden. So back then, Taliban bad. Now, Taliban good. Same people making those claims. And they want us to believe that they're not intentionally causing shit to hit the fan. Oh, they are, folks. This is all a bunch of bullshit that is being piled on top of us to turn our law and order, our justice, right? The orderly condition of our world, the United States of America, they're turning it into a system of chaos and stupidity. That's why you need to be a prepper. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and a plan. Get it together, folks. Learn, love it, live it. And I don't mean love it like, hey, this is fun. I mean, accept the idea. Come to terms with it, right? Because it's real. Chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. Godspeed to you. Semper Fi.
Audio Jungle.